Welcome to Real Talk, Real Life, a podcast by Crown Cross Healthcare. Today we're going to be unmasking the hustle, looking behind the suits, looking at the grind. We're looking at men's mental health today. Today we have two very special guests with us. We have Sanoj and Amit. Could you guys introduce yourself? What do you guys do? Do you guys have family?
Sure.
Background.
So as you said, my name is Sanu. So I'm 37 years old, and I'm currently working in the retail banking sector in Australia.
Nice.
And personally myself, married, and I got a beautiful boy, 10 years old. And yeah, that's about me.
Great.
Hi, I'm Amit. I'm 46 years old now. I'm working as a accounts receivable officer for a transportation company.
Nice.
I'm single. I think pretty much that's it for now.
Okay, nice. Yeah. So you guys obviously work in places that require a bit of effort, or it's quite demanding jobs. Working in more corporate side of things. Yeah. So outside of work, what do you find joy in? Is it sports? Do you have a thing for painting, or what is it that brings it outside of work?
I think for me, it's always sports make a big part of my life, and but being married and with small commitments in life, day-to-day life, I think it's spending time with family and watching a bit on Netflix.
Yeah.
Playing a little bit of sports with my son. He loves cricket, so playing with him, that makes life going on with the daily basis.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think work-wise, yeah, sometimes it's definitely get more very stressful times. So I guess probably I like my free time as well. Probably I would love to watch a lot of TV series, catch up sports like cricket, if I have time.
Yeah.
So I think pretty much those would be kind of stuff that I do to keep my work-life balance, and I think it definitely helps.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you guys weren't born in Australia, were you guys?
No, I think we both from Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka,
We were both born in Sri Lanka.
Okay. And so when did you guys move to Australia? Did you guys was it year 12 or was it you studied there and then?
So I moved when I was 17.
Okay.
years old,
Okay.
And Amit and myself, I think from the very beginning, we met
Probably back in 2007.
2006, 2007.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
around that time. And we kind of started our university life here.
Yeah, together, yeah.
And working as well. So it's a bit long story. That's where we started.
That's kind of where we started, yeah. Long time friends, yeah.
So obviously the culture in Sri Lanka would be a lot more different to here. Would you say that was a bit of a shock when you came to Australia, the way that things were done, the people that you met in comparison to the 17 years you guys lived in Sri Lanka? Obviously you guys weren't even considered adults when you moved here. That would have been quite a change, even for me, moving to a whole different country at not even 18. That would be quite something for me. How did you find that change?
Oh, it's a big different, Aiden. It's culturally, it's totally different. Back in Sri Lanka and in Australia, it's different world, I would say.
Yeah.
The way we, work with our parents or our relatives or cousins, and in terms of, how we, talk with our friends, gather around, or even with our relatives, or even, honestly, I haven't worked back in Sri Lanka, but I'm sure Amit will say that. Talk on that, but it's a different world. So if you look at the corporate world or family life compared to Sri Lanka and Australia, it's a totally different thing. It's been a bit different change for me when I came, because when I was 17, I didn't know anything. To be honest, my parents did everything for me, like even washing, cooking, and everything. Basically, I had to just wake up in the morning, go to school and study, and come back and spend some time with friends, and that's it. Coming to Australia was a big challenge, and studying and get back to work life and look after ourselves. Especially cooking, washing, and of course working for ourselves to have a little bit of extra pocket money to maintain our rent, the regular bills. So yeah, that was a bit of a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
and it was I would say it's a shock for us. And personally myself, I kind of liked it
Okay.
because for me from the very beginning, I like I love to be like an independent person.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of helped me to get around to build that
Yeah.
from the age of 17 and to where I am now. I think that was a great start for me. So I'm sure Amit can add on more on that as well with his experience.
I guess I was did cover a lot, and yeah, I think probably one of the differences was when I came to Australia with my wife. I was married at that time. We came here soon as I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Probably I was maybe 25 or
Okay.
27 on probably. So it was kind of like probably the very biggest challenge in my life at that time. Probably we both were working. We were
Yeah.
in the banking sector.
Okay.
So when we came to Australia, it was a huge challenge to find jobs, find a place to stay, and doing our studies, and it was kind of very, very, very challenging.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, like Sanuj mentioned, eventually we did really like what we got and what we have achieved
Mm-hmm.
overall, and I think, yeah, pretty much. The main difference was coming here from a working background, and you would probably won't be able to get into your sector that you are used to be in Sri Lanka. It's kind of adjusting, uh, accepting the changes, and I think pretty much the more you can adjust to the changes, I think the life will be much better and easier moving forward.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's good. It was a huge challenge, but I think I'm happy where am I now.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I think, yeah, it's kind of it was kind of a good journey.
That's good. Yeah. So you guys both said working background from Sri Lanka. So would you say your idea of success in Sri Lanka versus once you've reached and now you've worked for a long time, you're now Australian citizens, like how has the idea of success changed? Was success before get a job, or is success now get a house, buy this and that? How has that changed? Has that changed at all even?
I mean, I think that's nature, isn't it? And, it's just human nature. That's where even it comes from parents, even back in Sri Lanka. Like you must study, you must buy a house, get married, have children. Just life moves on. It's kind of different level. In Sri Lanka, culturally it's different, and in Australia it's probably have a bit of a change on that because there's more in Australia. What I believe is more independent families. I believe, and they got different needs and wants. They might, they want to study, they might go to uni, and probably in Australia, employment or like what do you call it? The reputation, it's not a kind of thing.
Yeah, very true.
So I mean, if you're a tradie or if you work for a corporate bank or if you work for a like in a supermarket or any sector, doesn't really count. So as long as you earn your money and if you can pay your bills, that's basically it. And if you can feed your family, that's kind of it. And it's just life moves on from that. And just buying a house, spending a little bit of time with your life, and make sure your family is okay. That's kind of covers things off.
Yeah.
But if we look at back in Sri Lanka, it's a bit of a big difference, I would say, because there's more expectation from people and whoever's around you.
Yeah.
They think like, okay, if you're not a doctor, if you're not an engineer, or if you're not sitting on a high chair, you kind of nothing. I mean, they might tell like it's like like they grade you.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're not doing a good job, earning good money, if you don't have a car, if you don't have a house, that means you're nothing. So I mean, if I'm putting it in a simple way.
Right, yeah.
So it's different. So that's a bit of a big, I would say in Sri Lanka it will be big challenging and more pressure for especially whoever's the main income earner in the house, because naturally and culturally in Sri Lanka it's more tendently men go to work and the wife or the women they look after the kids and they just look after the house kind of thing. But in Australia, it's different. Like, you know, even husband and wife, they all go to work, they do great jobs, they're all educated. So that's a big difference.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I agree. Cultural-wise, we got a huge difference, and
Yeah.
like Sanoj mentioned, it's kind of the mindset that we got, having a full-time job, having a house, probably having a good vehicle. Those are kind of the stuff
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
we got from our cultural background.
Yeah.
And I think we do get into a mindset naturally. Once we have that, we are okay. We are like we are happy now, so we can probably relax. But it probably won't happen. We will just keep continuing what we do. Probably could be the jobs or whatever you like to do. And like Sanoj mentioned, yeah, the huge difference would be in Australia. Doesn't matter whatever you do. If you really like to do it, no one will go to judge you by the work, by the job you do. So yeah, I think
Even the model of the car will
yes.
make a difference.
Oh, a huge difference. Yeah.
If it's a bike or
Yeah.
a car, or if it's a Toyota or a BMW, that makes a big difference.
Exactly. So yeah, that's probably one of the blessings that whoever in Australia is, I guess, comparing to countries like our country.
Yeah. So you've both been in Australia how many years now?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. So you've been in this, I guess you call high pressure environment in both Sri Lanka when you were younger and now here in Australia in the corporate world. So obviously you would have, as a kid, even now, you would have feelings of stress, anxiety, or even burnout in work. So what is the difference? Oh, okay, you felt that before, but did you have like a label for it? Or the stress that you feel now, have you ever felt it when you're younger? And did you recognize it was actually stress? Or that was just life, you got to move on with it, it's part of things? Or now you have a label for it, that feeling of stress, that feeling of burnout?
100% yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if we go back one step, like even back in Sri Lanka, you know, our parents have a lot of expectation on us. Like, you know, studying, you need to, you know, be the top in the grade, or you know, you need to get that, be the best in the uni or something. It is kind of a pressure or a stress we had at the point of time, as you know, as kids, as students who are studying in school. And even same with work, it's not a big difference, even though in Australia or even back in Sri Lanka, it's kind of a similar thing. For us, I believe, you know, stress is we take as it comes, I guess.
Yeah.
It's part of life, as you mentioned,
Yeah, it's
and it moves on. Again, we try to tend to, you know, bottle ourselves, kind of thing, and try to manage it. Personally, myself, it's kind of a thing that, again, for me at the moment, it helps me to get that energized to work. It's a bit of a motivation factor for me. And plus, if it's it gives a bit of a challenge to work as well. So stress is kind of bottled off, and we try to manage myself and just organize it, get it done, and you know, we look at that solutions to see, you know, if we can move on from that and just get on with the work.
Yeah, I think true. My take on that would be probably periodical. So I think initially, as soon as you move here, you got a lot of expectations on your shoulders. Probably at that time, the main concern was getting the PR, and you have to success in your job, or you have to pretty much succeed in your studies. So you kind of carry a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on your shoulders. But I think with time, gradually, it eases out. For example, once you get the PR, that weight will be off your shoulders. Then probably you might get different kind of stress. For example, personal stress, or it could be problems in your marriage life, for example. So I think time to time you face different kind of stress or issues in your life, and I think again we have to look into them separately and try to get on with it. And like he mentioned, sometimes we keep it ourselves. We don't talk about it much.
Yeah.
We really try to deal with the situation with ourselves
Making
as
else
well.
struggle.
Yeah, they're making
Um, but I believe now, looking back,
Yeah.
pretty much, it's always good to talk to someone and pretty much not keeping the problems inside you.
Yeah.
And it always helps if you talk to someone and try to find a solution if possible, but not to keep everything inside you
Okay.
and trying to find a solution. Probably would not going to be a good idea for long term. So, but anyway, like I said, it's going to be time to time, whatever the scenario you face, I think pretty much you have to deal with it at that time.
So that was wonderful. We looked at stress and burnout and how we shouldn't bottle it up, which is great. We should always talk to someone about it. Which is amazing. So stress and burnout. Another thing I want to touch on is grief and loss. So people obviously deal with it in different ways. When we have like a loss of someone or we're grieving of someone. Like we know you guys in the mind. Do you have like a moment where you've lost something or you're grieving over something? And how did you manage that? Obviously, managing that is different to managing stress or burnout. What does that look like?
I do have a very I do have experience on that because I lost my brother, my own brother, back in 1999. He met with an accident. So I was around 20 at that time. I was still young. It was kind of probably the greatest loss in our lives at that time, and we had a very tough time, my parents and myself. And I think the only way we probably got through the whole period was help from our family and our friends. They were always there for us to pretty much guide us through the tough times. And I think initially it was really hard. No matter what you do, you always remember him. You always remember the things we used to do together, and the home was like empty without him. It was really, really hard, but we really couldn't do much. We just thought time will heal everything, and we just passed day by day. And I think every day we did notice the pain is going away gradually, and I think with time, definitely, the more time you spend, the more ease it's gonna get. So I think pretty much at that time, I definitely think we got a lot of help from our friends and family, and that would be probably the best or the only way that we got through the tough times.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
No, it's okay.
That's wonderful. Yeah. So like you said, it takes time. So
it takes time, and you need to grieve.
Grieving.
Yes. I think probably only time will heal. The pain. Yes.
Yeah. So I think from what I've known about grief, like you said, takes time. There's a couple of layers to it. So obviously, when a tragedy of something like this happens with you, with your family member, within the first couple of days, couple of weeks, it would hurt the most.
It's the difficult time to face it.
And
it's kind of like you'll get lost. Sometimes you might think that you're dreaming, and it's just try to find out. I think it's trying to separate the reality with if it's like, are you dreaming? Is it really happened? And eventually it kicks in. Yes, this really happened, and he won't be back. He's not coming back, and you need to move on. And you need to be there. And I think probably everyone encouraged me. You need to be strong for your parents, and I think that would probably gave me strength, because I know if I got weak at that time, that's going to impact my parents. So I knew that I need to be strong for them. So that would be another way that how I got through the tough times. But like you said, the initial period, it's kind of going to be very, very hard. And
that's again that I think at that time you went through that because for your parents.
Yes.
you had to bottle up.
Correct.
I can't say the word, but
That's
can't
all.
you-
It's I kept everything inside
To yourself.
me. Yes, to
Yeah.
myself. I can't even cry, to be honest, because
Yeah.
if I cry, they will get more upset.
Upset, yeah.
So it was like holding the pain inside you,
Just
and
because of others.
because of
I mean, I
others.
can't say others to your
because
family.
of my parents and
Yeah.
my family, and it might hurt you because it's kind of unfair because you need to let it out.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't do it because of the family.
Totally, yeah.
But thinking about it, I think it was probably the best way to handle it anyway. Yeah, I think again, it's kind of like everyone might have a life experience. Everyone might have lost someone in their life. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like the way we face the real situation and get on with our lives.
So, would you say, like you said, you would bottle up for the sake of your parents?
Others,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
So,
That's what I did.
yeah. So then, would the idea of expressing yourself change before this incident and afterwards?
Yeah.
So, would you say it's been the same, or would you say, oh, you bottled it up? Did you think later on in life, maybe a year or two, maybe when randomly you felt like that bottling up just broke?
I probably would say no, because even though I didn't let it out straight away, after some time I did manage to do that,
Yeah.
and probably it would be a little bit different. Like you said, as the incident happened, it would be very, very bad, and but with time,
Yeah.
you will get that time. You will get
Yeah,
your
time.
time. You will be alone. You can grieve then. So I think it helped, other than carrying the whole burden
Then, yeah.
with you longer. If you carry it longer, I think probably it won't be good for you.
Yeah.
And I think definitely I would have let it out at that time. And it definitely helped me to move on and try to understand the real fact that he's really passed away now. He's really gone, and this is the way life going to be. And to adapt to the new life and
Yeah.
living with my parents.
Parents, yeah.
It's gonna be on
It's
myself
kind of,
then.
it's kind of you emotionally.
Yeah.
You hang on to it until
Correct. At that time, at the right time, yeah, and let it out when you can.
When you can,
Yeah.
yeah. So would you say when you finally let it out, do you think that time in between was delayed because, or
My
would you
parents,
say, your
yeah.
parents? Okay.
100% my
Okay.
parents, yes, because they were kind of really, really down at that time. Obviously, because they lost their first son. And
Yeah.
It would be different how it impacted myself and for my parents.
Yeah.
So I think I was the reason they managed to carry on, because they knew they got myself, and if they broke down at that time, that's going to impact me. So from their perspective,
Yeah.
I know they carried on because of myself, and vice versa. That's what I did exactly for them.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of like had our own way
Yeah.
of getting through the tough times. But I think eventually I'm happy to say that we managed to get through the tough times.
That's wonderful.
However,
Yeah.
we did it, yeah.
I think something you need to probably point out is by doing that, what was the, I mean, if you don't mind asking, what was the impact for you? Like, how did you felt that, I mean, in the first place, you did that because of your parents
Yeah.
and just make them feel comfortable for the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
So internally yourself, what was going through at that time? Okay, I'm gonna do this because of this. That's
Yeah.
what you mentioned.
Yeah.
And how did you feel? How did you let out that grief or to manage it?
Yeah, good question. I think initially, it was kind of like a lot of alone time, and it was thinking why this has happened,
Yeah.
and why it has to be him.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of an incident that it was a bank trip actually.
Okay.
So my brother and the staff went on a trip.
Yeah.
There were like 40 people. So initially, my first thought was, why him? There were 40 people. why it has to be him. So I was asking the question for a long time from myself and even God. But I think again with time, you just feel like, okay, sometimes we can't control whatever is going to meant to happen.
Yeah.
It will happen, and that's kind of life. And honestly, the way that I probably overcame it, I told myself, this is a journey that everyone will go through one day, sooner or later. And my brother took the journey much earlier, so it's kind of it. So it cannot be avoided, and that's the way of life.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
slowly I try to get to that feeling, and I think probably help me move on.
Yeah. So, in the alone time, even, did you ever feel like reaching out to anyone, like even when there's time?
Yeah, like Sanoj asked
Yeah, I think
before. I
Yeah.
think it would be definitely, we are very close friends and family. They were always there for us. They never left us alone. They were always looking for us. They were always talking to us. So I think that helped a lot at that time.
Yeah.
And eventually, when we are in a position to deal with the reality and move on, at that time we were really okay. We felt it. So we felt the difference. Now we are okay and we move on. I think it's very hard to give a time frame.
Yeah.
That it can happen in a month, it can happen in 3 months.
That's it.
You don't know, you can't tell that, but you feel that. Once you are ready to face the reality and move on, you just feel it. It can happen. You feel it. You feel the difference. So I think pretty much that's what happened to us. Yeah.
So, like you said, you opened up to Snodge, you guys are great friends. Did you ever feel in a moment at first, when you first ever like opened up to him, was there a discomfort, like seeing Snodge, you opened up to him, was there discomfort in the beginning? And how did you do that? Because for me, 100%, if I'm opening up to anyone,
We had a lot of discussions. I mean, obviously, just before, going to go on it, but I think this was happened way before we met.
Oh yes.
So
okay.
this was like because he, like after we met in Australia, I think we had a number of discussions about it. I think we talked about
we have talked about
what went through and a lot of other stories as well.
Yeah.
So it's like same discussions, just to have that, kind of a bit of a peaceful, what do you call it? It's like a peaceful result to get that mindset to change. Okay, it's okay now. It's kind of thing. But I'm sure you've got another story before we met as well.
Yeah, true. I mean, like he said, even still, when I talk about it, I get emotional sometimes. It's human nature, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not going to be written off from your life. I need to carry the burden. I need to carry the loss every day until I die. But so it's kind of like you will always have that emotional side inside you, and the loss you will always suffer. The loss of my parents will be the same. They will always suffer a loss of a child. But again, I think it's kind of like it's not going to be end of your life. You have to live. You have to move on. And I think pretty much this happened back in 1999. So it's kind of like more than 25 years old now. And like Sanoj mentioned, when we came to Australia back in 2007, it probably 7 or 8 years since he passed, and I think I was in a really good position, in a mindset to talk about it much freely, and that's why I probably would have opened up to Sanoj as well.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's great to hear. Would you say your workplace, where you live, where you work and
Sri
stuff?
Lanka or?
Honest. So here you managed to get a job here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So did they have a big emphasis on mental health when you first started compared to now, or?
No, I don't think so, because probably in my first role, I really don't think that it was even a concern, and that was probably not even brought up. It was kind of like an ordinary person
Yeah.
getting an ordinary job. Yeah, I never thought that it's actually probably would have been a fact at that time.
Okay.
But I mean, eventually when you are working,
Yeah.
when you are inside the corporate world,
Yeah.
probably, and there will be a lot of discussions about mental health, pretty much through the
It's always-
programs, through the kind of stuff that we
Yeah.
do for the organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before that, before getting the job, I probably don't think it was ever a concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Generally, it's always in corporate in Australia. It's always been a human resource thing, wasn't it?
Yes,
It's
exactly,
not
exactly.
kind of specific to like a specialized person as mental health. It's always okay. If you had a question, just go for your human resource, or just
Yeah.
put it out the question. They may come with a specialist if it's a special scenario. If
Yeah.
it's something general, they just
Yeah.
put an answer to it. That's basically
That's kind of it.
I think.
Yeah, I agree. And there will be a lot of resources from their end. But again, like you mentioned, it's pretty much case by case.
Yes, okay.
If you need some
I mean,
support.
again, I mean, nowadays, what I felt is recent times, I've seen they've been trying to introduce mental health specialists
Okay.
to corporate sector,
That's good, yeah.
but I don't think they are effective enough. And plus, and for us, even it's in the corporate side of it, it's hard to bring up questions
Oh,
these
yeah.
days, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's hard to open up what's really happening. Or it's going to be again inside the sector. It might make more issues or more concerns. So that for that reason we don't use the service a lot. We try to. I mean, I'm sure even not only us, even everyone who's working in the corporate sector or in any general workplace these days, they just try to deal with their self suffering. So yeah, that's
Yeah. Within the.
I can't agree more because you mentioned a very valid point, Saroj, and my take on that would be: do we really have to, or can we really discuss our issues
Wow,
with the organization? Exactly.
You know,
What
how
would
boss would think,
how
what they
would
would say.
would think, how would your colleagues would think about you? So I really don't know if I would be comfortable. Honestly, I don't think I would be comfortable to discuss my mental issues with my organization.
Yeah.
It might turn other way around.
I don't know whether we have an environment that it would be possible.
Okay.
Yeah, like you said, yeah, it can probably I always feel like it can probably impact my my career throughout the organization if they look into me in a different perspective.
Yeah, because what happened is it's like the confidentiality is not there.
Yeah. Okay.
Not to say that word. So it's always a concern at the back. So from that, let's say if we open up on something, they might come back and say, "Oh, is this person suitable for the work?" They might judge our capabilities. Like they might think, "Okay, this person got an issue.
Yeah.
Can he or she can work more in this role?" So, I mean, if the mental health is coming to a thing in a corporate world or in any workplace, I think it should be separated, or it should be like a third party
100% disagree.
who our organization is going to maintain the confidentiality on it and assist the exact need rather than, discussing it internally. So because if that happens, more people open up and ask comfortable questions. So
They'll be comfortable then to reach out at least. Yeah.
So even if it's third party, would you say your workplace shouldn't be allowed to know all the details of what's been said? Because how would you say, how would they help you in that sense? So if they don't, do you know what I'm saying? Like if they don't know all the exact details, how are they gonna? Is it just providing that service? Is that the help, or is it extended beyond that?
yeah, I mean if you work in an organization, the organization needs to look at, okay, is your employees, their well-being, are they fit to work?
Fit to work.
Are they happy, or are they coming to work in the morning to work, or are they thinking thousand things in their head, thinking,
Okay.
okay, I'm just coming to work to get my pay and go back home.
Yeah.
So if they're not happy, they're not be productive as well. They
Yeah.
might be going through crazy stuff. So that's something you need to talk to, not to your boss, not to your colleagues. You need that person who's understanding, who knows probably maybe the resolution or maybe not, but at least a comfort
Yeah.
to talk about it, and at least have a relief of the issue you're having. Not connecting back to your work. So if you get that service externally, I believe, talk about it, and maybe get some solutions, and you can get back to your normal rhythm or normal work. Okay, thinking, okay, I'm all good now, and that will help with productivity and more happy employees.
Oh yeah. Very tricky question, because if we look into that from the organization's perspective, they would need your employee to be 100% and focusing on the job rather than his personal issues or mental issues or anything like that. And I think it's probably try to find out where you draw the line. And like I said, like Saraj said, probably the well-being of the employee plus all other employees as well. And I think, let's, for example, if I'm going to harm someone, should the person who's probably aware of the situation, can that person keep it discreet still? Because if someone could get hurt, right? So I think it's kind of like a very thin line to find out someone's well-being, kind of like a whole other parties involvement as well. So I think in a way, sometimes it probably must be discreet, and sometimes probably if it's going to impact society, it cannot be discreet. Then probably the organization would have to know what they're dealing with. It would be case by case and person to person.
Okay.
And then these days, most of the time, management is more judgmental of your employees. I mean, being very honest. What they want is the productivity and a person who works for them as well, right? I mean, the leadership need to, there are some leadership, they look at the productivity and their performance to make their numbers up as well. Or there are some leaders, they look at, okay, is my team well enough, or is my team, happy, or is my team, got that correct mindset that come to work and wake up from your bed, think, oh great, I'm going to work, kind of feeling. Or else, oh damn, I have to go to work. So it's different, right? So if you got that kind of service, if the management, you should think, okay, my staff need more help with their mental health, and it should be their concerns. It needs to be addressed externally, not exposing themselves to the organization, and having a service externally or confidentially that will help for the employees to address their concerns and come back to work happily. I think everyone would love to have that kind of a level. Because it's different, right? There are people who want to be openly talk about it. There are people who doesn't want to openly talk about it because of many reasons.
Depending on where you work or the people you're dealing with.
So, just this wonderful discussion we've had. If you were to say a piece of advice to yourself 10 years ago, so 2015 self, what would that advice be to just help them in their mental state? That one piece of advice.
Ooh.
2015.
We had a great time back in 10 years. What do you think?
Life was much better.
For me, I was working, so I've been in the corporate sector for almost 15 years now. work was a challenge, and I think it's changed a lot, very in a fast pace as well, because of the competition and everything. I don't know, 10 years ago.
Probably
Eh,
more, probably less responsibilities. Can't say that.
yeah, it's not a thing. The competition is always there. The challenge is there. The stress is there. The pressure is, it's always comes with the what do you call it? The extra competition. So the stress will be there. The more pressure, more amount of challenges you get. 10 years ago, we tried kind of myself. I think I was trying to step into, build up my career as well. So I'm just trying to think. 10 years ago, what do you think? Until I think about it.
Okay. I do have a different kind of experience because if I talk about my personal life, 2015 would be a highlight of my life because that's the time that I got my divorce.
Okay.
So it was kind of a very hard time. I was going through a very tough time with my marriage. We had a lot of communication issues. We were not doing really good. So at that time, it was kind of like we both decided it was time to move on. We didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
So it was kind of really messy. You didn't know what to do, if it's the right decision to get divorce, and the cultural background we came from, Sri Lanka, it was kind of like divorce is kind of not the exact answer when something goes wrong in your marriage. But I think one good thing that I was in Australia, we were independent and we had the luxury in taking our own decisions rather than families getting involved. I would say that's a blessing. And the whole process was kind of like much direct than compared to Sri Lanka and our culture there. So I think, yes, it was a very hard time. You had to take a lot of thinking of what you want to do in your life, and eventually we getting to the point that it's the right thing to do. So looking back 10 years, I would say now I'm very happy with the decision I made today. Because end of the day, you can't pretty much keep living in a life that you really can't continue for the sake of others or for the sake of the society or what they think of you. And I think it's not pretty much good for your partner as well. If it's not working, then I think it would be the decision of both parties to move on, to get separated or to get divorced and try to find whatever they wanted to do in their life. So looking back 10 years, I'm really happy that I took that decision back in 2015, and I'm pretty sure my partner would pretty much, or not my partner, my ex-wife, I would say, would think probably the same way. So if you talk about stress levels, obviously at that time it would be very stressful, and was going through a lot of mental, pretty much lot of mental stress, I would say. And the worst part was I couldn't talk about it much. Probably I might have talked about with Sanoj because I knew Sanoj at that time. But my worst nightmare was I couldn't get Sanoj involved and that much because my wife was actually a friend of Sanoj too. Because we kind of knew everyone since 2007. So we were like, my wife and Sanoj and myself, we were like long-time friends. So I took the decision of even keeping Sanoj out of it because I really I didn't want to put him in a very bad position. So it was a really hard time for me. I'm really lucky that I managed to somehow get through it. It's very stressful. Yeah, I had a lot of mental stress at that time. Somehow Again, time.
Time.
Time did heal the whole difficult times I had, and I think, yeah, it's very different looking into those days now, and I think, yeah, I'm really happy the way things are happening around myself now.
It's
Oh,
wonderful.
you are. Well, that's yeah. I remember that times. I mean,
Yeah.
that were very tough times. So,
Hmm.
just to answer your question from my side, so 10 years ago was a totally, I would say, we probably both, or we are personally myself, we kind of different personalities. So generally, from my background, because I don't have siblings, so I'm the only son in the family. So I was quite a bit of a quiet person. It's not something generally my nature is to, talk in public or even talking among, like, where you've got many people, I would say. So combining with work and personally, so I had to do many changes myself. So because coming in that kind of a background person myself with that kind of a personality, it challenged me to work because it's not that if I'm dealing with someone in my culture, like let's say Sri Lankan, or someone who can understand the culture, it's different.
Yeah.
Or when I'm talking with because Australia is multicultural, there's a lot of many cultural people are there from many countries, so it was a bit of a challenge for me to communicate plus be a person that I want to be. So in the corporate world, for me to perform the expectation of them, it was a bit of a challenge. So I had to change a lot of things. So personally myself, I started doing a lot of uncomfortable conversations, to be honest, and I tried to learn myself. Okay, so how would this go about? What are the aspects of having communications or having conversation with my clients? Obviously, that's a big part of in my job role.
Yeah.
So it wasn't easy. So personally, if I'm putting back 10 years back, if I giving advice now, I would say build up your personality. Being open communication, and again go out of your comfort level. And that change that leads to many things. Even in retail bank sector where I am, there are people who got a good personality, who got open communication skills, goes a long way. So even it really doesn't need to have a degree or you specialize in a certain level. It's not a must. It's just a matter of having a conversation, being open to yourself. You know, as long as you knowing what to do, your skills and your personality will lead everything together. So that's kind of advice I can give. In additionally, personally, it's a bit of a challenge because that's when I started my beautiful family as well. So as a father, as a husband, it's a lot of challenges. Because at that time, because when I got married, I was 25, 26. So from that age, having a full-time job, looking after the family, providing food and bringing money to home, it was a challenge. When you in a different country where you don't have a lot of support with your own family members, because we don't have everyone here. So that was a challenge as well. So it's kind of again coming to looking after your well-being as well, having a straight mindset, keeping your work balanced, plus going through your family. As Amit had very tough time with himself, and he got through that again in the same level. It's kind of not being panic. It's just addressing the situation.
Correct.
Even with work or personally, whatever comes through to you, or whatever challenge comes to you, it's just one step at a time.
And do the right thing, I think. Do the right thing at the right time. or whatever you feel like.
Yeah, true. And personally myself, I truly believer of not just looking for a short-term, what do you call it, short-term solutions.
Yeah.
I always tend to look at, okay, what's next, what's long-term, if I take this action, if I do this, what's going to happen, what's the impact for me, plus what's impact for around me, for my family, sort of things.
Yeah.
So I think if I'm giving it as advice, that's probably a great thing to have as a personal qualification, quality that leads you to, have a bit of a plan ahead. And from the actions you take now, it will give you more results later on, or better results. Or you might go other way, but hopefully a better.
You just have to try.
Yeah. So
Keep going.
you keep going. So what would you say is next for you guys professionally? Is it moving up in your current job? Is it, would you say, changing jobs, maybe CEO side of things, managing side of things?
We hope we can get there. It's
What do you?
for me, I mean, more likely, I believe, will count me on this, but it's kind of when you come to corporate level, corporate working environments, you look at more comfort levels as well. It depends on each person as well. There are people who wants to move the ladder quickly or go into other sectors. Again, personally, myself, from the very beginning, back in 14, 15 years back, I kind of wanted to learn more quickly. Obviously, where I am and where I was, it's quite a big difference. So I kind of worked through each year, and that's where I started from the very small levels of retail banking areas, and then moved on to different levels. So now I believe, I'm still working on to get, go to a high level. Definitely, yes, that's on the card, definitely. But there's always a bit of a comfort level when it comes to professionally in some stage of in your career and in some stage of your life. When it comes to a certain age, you think, okay, looks like it's okay. I'm getting enough money. I'm here. I got this. I got that. Is it okay? You ask yourself, okay, is this enough? You might say yes or no. If it's yes, okay, let's keep doing. And probably, for me, sometimes I believe my wife will tell about this. For me, sometimes you feel like you want to change things when more challenges come through. And if you're having issues with leadership, or if you're having other concerns with your career, we may tend to change things. There are natural issues that things come down. I'm sure. We'll tell you on this. I remember a lot of issues with jobs with redundancies. So that probably a reason to change in your life stages. But unless you're gonna go for those high levels, most of the time comfort, and if you think, okay, this is where I'm gonna move on with that career, or if this is where the place I'm gonna retire, it stays as it is.
Spot on. And comparing myself with Sanoji, so of course, corporate world, you get to that comfort level. It's kind of like you ask the questions, like Sanoj mentioned. You are happy now, so what else do you want? Do you really want to climb the ladder? And then you realize the responsibilities comes with it. More hours you need to put, more training. So it's kind of like yes, there will be always that potential to go up in the ladder but you will always have that drag because you're comfortable now and you kind of achieve your targets in life. So is it a good place to retire? You just carry on what you do, you're happy, and do you really want to push yourself to the next level? Again, I'm definitely, like Sanoj mentioned, I'm also taking it very slow. in probably when I was younger, like he mentioned, there were a few redundancies in my career, but
Yeah.
I eventually managed to find a place that I could work long term, which I'm doing now as well.
Yeah.
And once you get get to that level, and when you can settle in one place and you're happy with what you are doing, you're happy with the organization, you're happy with the team you're working with, you get to a place that you're comfortable and you really don't want to do much about it. But again, the doors will be always be open. It's not kind of like a race to get there, but eventually, if you see the opportunity and if you are ready, it's kind of like, are you going to grab it? That's a question that I would have to ask myself when I get to that stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on that, don't take us wrong. Like, you know, we do work hard. We're going to let you know work. So, just to add on to it, like, you know, I'm sure Amit does the same, and myself, like, definitely.
That's the way we survive for a long time in one organization.
Yeah. But we give 100%. I mean, we probably say more than
100%.
110% to our work and what we do. We, you know, if we committed to do something, we definitely deliver it.
Yeah.
And of course, yes, you know, our ambition is high. I mean, our ambition is to get to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, that's definitely on the plate, and we do work onto it. It's just that, you know, you internally. You will have those questions asking yourself. As Amit said, are you comfortable, sort of things. But you know what we know in outside world, we see a lot of people, men or women, all both in generally, you know, you want to achieve, like, you want to earn that $1 million or that next level.
You want to earn more.
But it's a decision you take. You want to go to that $1 million, or you want to have that comfortable lifestyle, and if you're okay with what you got, and if it's if it does comfort your family, and if everyone's okay with it, that will stay at that level. But if you go into that next level, that's that you drag your whole family with you. So you're not just one person, but to go to that $1 million. You just want to make sure you can't. I mean, especially when it comes to when you get married and you're taking that family along with you. So you need to make sure it's like it's not a single decision. It comes with with your family. If you're a single person, or if you're working yourself, that might be a different story. If you want, okay, I don't have much commitment. It's yes or no. If you want to get that $1 million, I'll go for that. If something goes wrong, that okay, it's just me. The impact is just for me, and there's no one else get impacted. So you got that the level of risk that you can take as well. Whether you're gonna go to the highest to achieve that flag on the mountain, or you just being comfortable and just spend your life that's kind of feeling. So yeah, it's different.
I think 100%. I think it's kind of like when you got your family involved. I think it's kind of like, what are you going to compromise if you are moving up in corporate world? It's kind of like a decision that everyone's involved. I think, especially when you're family. It's kind of different from myself, but still, yes.
Cool. Cool. Thank you, Amit. Thank you so much for the wonderful discussion.
No worries.
Thank you all for listening. Stay tuned for our next episode. It's going to be on men's mental health as well. We've got a very wonderful guest with us. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.